Let's get on with the show today. Today's topic, transformation, rediscovery, animal spirit, Arizona recalls, and your mission. Let's meet the partners of the Everything Home Socially Conscious Referral Network. First up, Mr. Clifton Pettyjohn. Told you, he's got a great last name. Clifton Pettyjohn, he's a purpose strategist, author, transformation coach, spiritual leader, and host of the What Now podcast and Transformation Radio. Audience, give this powerful guy a round of applause. How are you today, Clifton?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. So you are a new friend of ours on the platform. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and then there's a lot to share. We've got some transformation happening today.
Sure. As you said, my name is Clifton Pettyjohn. I am your trusted voice of transformation. I teach individuals how to revolutionize their life through purpose identification and execution. I'm excited about being on here today and sharing with everyone.
So purpose identification, a little transformation. You've got your two shows that you're doing. What do you want to focus on first?
We can focus on the transformation, from stagnation to transformation, or transformation radio.
Let's do stagnation to transformation. I think that's critical because the theme today, I want people to really get repositioned in their head to make a change. It's time.
Absolutely.
So absolutely. No more excuses.
And I feel like sometimes we have gotten ourselves stuck or stagnant because we're trying to hold on to things that no longer serve us. And we need to free ourselves enough to allow ourselves to experience transformation. Sometimes life and our body and certain circumstances and situations are trying to communicate to us a message. However, we're trying to communicate a message to it and trying to get it to submit to the message we're communicating. When sometimes we have to learn to be a little more fluid when it relates to purpose and when it relates to transformation. I'm a person that likes to know A through Z before I move. Well, one thing I learned about transformation and about life, it just doesn't work that way all the time.
I like that you said you have to be fluid. And then also, what do you feel about when you're saying, sometimes it's time to move on or release things in your life? That includes people too. It's okay to let some of those people go when you're not you're not on the same page anymore. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's absolutely okay to let people go. And I also encourage people to take it a step farther, because sometimes we can be so externally focused and we're always letting this person go and that person go and that person go, that we're not taking time to deal with the characteristics inside of us that attracts us to those type of people. Now, we can have people that are great people. They just aren't great with us. We don't mesh well with them. And if we're not careful, we'll find ourselves always saying, oh, that person calls me to do this and that person calls me to do that. But if we do a little internal examination, we'll find ourselves vibrating on a higher frequency and attracting different type of people in our lives.
And what I'd like for the audience that you maybe think about in a different way, doing all that's not selfish. You're actually making yourself better and, taking the time to kind of figure things out, or like you said, really come up with what kind of transformation you want. That's what you're supposed to do. It's not selfish. So take that misconception out.
It's actually not selfish at all. Because when we begin to do that self-work and begin to love ourselves enough to build ourselves up, then when we go to help others, we can become more effective because we're first helping ourselves. Sometimes we feel empty, we feel drained, we feel burnt out because we're pouring out of us what we need versus giving ourselves what we need and then pouring out of ourselves.
Oh, that's really good. I like that. So what are some steps that people can take either after they listen to this show or this weekend? Because like you said, there's no time like the present to make these changes. And the month has flown by. We're almost in March. So what do you want them
Yes.
to do? What's the most effective way to make all this happen?
Okay, what I want to do is I want to share 4 quick principles. I came up with an acronym that I use as one of the days in From Stagnation to Transformation. If you don't know, From Stagnation to Transformation is a book that I wrote. It's a 21-day coaching actuation designed to manumit purpose. What it is 21 different principles laid throughout this book that will help you along your journey of transformation. Now, here's the reality. That does not mean that everything is going to change in your life. It's a 21-day jumpstart that if you read and apply it, you'll begin to see some of those changes in your life. So I think it's around day 3 or day 4. I can't remember exactly. I use the acronym of the word wait because I hear a lot of people talk about waiting, and I'm not talking about W-E-I-G-H-T. I'm talking about W-A-I-T, W-A-I-T. And the acronym that I came up with is number 1, the word woke. And when I'm talking about woke, I mean that you begin to be aware of your relationship with yourself and your purpose. Now you become woke of it. You are awakened of it, and you're aware of that thing. And not just aware of it, but when you become aware of it, you begin to connect with it. And now as you connect with it, you'll begin to move freely with it. The second word is to align with it. Now, alignment means that, you come into agreement with it. There are different techniques you can use. I use breathing techniques. I use writing, podcasting, and all of those things to help me remain centered. As a matter of fact, what I usually do is, even on my podcast, I tell everybody, take a deep breath in, hold it, breathe out. We do that a couple of times. Why? Because that centers ourselves. That brings us to our current state. We're not worried about the past. We're not trying to figure out the future, but we are present now. Why is it important that we are present? Because it is the tools, techniques, and strategies that we need to gain here presently that's going to help produce the future that we desire. So it is important that we are woke, that we align, and then the word I use intelligence. Sometimes throughout life, some of us don't view ourselves as intelligent because we measure our intelligence off of somebody else's intelligence. But the reality is that we all were created with our own manifestation or own reality, I would say, reality of intelligence. So you have to begin to tap into your own reality of intelligence and exercise there. Stop comparing yourself and just be comfortable with being the intelligent being that you are. And then the last word that I use is trust, the principle of trust. And I know usually we look at this and we're saying trust the process, trust God, and all of that is very important. But here I say trust the essence of who you are, trust who it is that you are. And in trusting who you are really trusting who God is and understanding that you are greater than your present circumstance. You're greater than anything that you've been through. And if you can grab hold of that, you will begin to see the power of transformation in your life.
Well, I would have to say that there is really now no excuse why people can't start this transformation. You kind of laid it out pretty simple. There are 21 principles down to 4. Take out the pen and paper, everybody, and let's get away from that stagnation and really transform. Clifton, can you give your contact information so people can learn more, start following you, and listen to your 2 great shows?
Sure. The best way to reach me is through my website, www.cliftonpettyjohn.com, or you can find me on social media platforms by just typing in Clifton Pettyjohn.
And then if you could send me the links to your 2 shows, what I'll do is I will add you to our listen to page, and then we'll have your direct links. You'll put your little pretty face on there, and then people can just click that and they'll go directly to your shows. That would be awesome. So if you could do that for me, I'd appreciate it. And thank you for becoming a new partner of ours. I love your message, and you've got a great last name. So I look forward to you coming on next month, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll come on anytime you'll have me. I appreciate it.
And you got a great voice for radio too. It's very soothing. It's like I want to take another breath. I want to take another breath with Clifton. All right, my friend, you have an awesome weekend. Thanks for coming on.
You as well. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks. Ooh, I like that.